Shout out to LFOD Radio.
You rocking out with LFOD.
We in the building.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, live free or die.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, live free or die radio on 91.5.
Live free or die.
LFOD Radio, boy.
LFOD Radio. Oh.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. I am your host, Uncle Sam. Today is Tuesday, September 18th, 2018, and we got Sensei Swagg, Umazi, and To Booth coming in here, and we are going to talk about some very interesting things that they have going on. With me tonight right now, I have Alex Ball.
What's up? How's it going, guys?
They're doing great. That's what they just said.
Yeah, I could imagine they did say that.
Yeah, so Tayshawn and Tia are not available for tonight's broadcast, so Alex is going to be jumping in and, seeing how things go. We also have Seti Zoo coming through. This is going to be a wild show. And we got Mr. Christopher Schnabel with us tonight as well, so stay tuned because video is a part of the mix. If you did not catch our interview with Rex and Short Fuse last week, or with Dukaran before that, or any of the other 100-plus episodes, you can hear those right now on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, LFODradio.com, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you subscribe there, you will get this one before everyone else. If you're an artist, submissions at LFODradio.com. Send us clean records. That's what everybody you'll hear on here has done and, what they did to get through here. And if you're tuned in at LFOD Radio on everything, let us know. Talk to us. I don't know if we'll be doing call-ins tonight, but we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, so I think we're going to get right into it because these guys drove all the way from New York to be here. They're looking for parking. But we're going to play that new Rex, Till He Drop. This is off Order and Chaos, produced entirely by Short Fuse, which is out now. Get that. You are tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. We are back on Live Free or Die Radio. We kicked things off with Till He Drop off the new Rex album. Then we had Suriel with Stacks featuring Rocky Fresh. Ran into him the other night at the Noisy and Jan Sport Bonfire Sessions in Boston. And we finished things off with Sensei Swagg with Ghost. Sensei Swagg is in the building right now.
Yeah, what's goody?
What's happening?
Chillin', man, glad to be here,
Yes. And
shout out Boston.
Shout out Boston. Shout out New England one time. And we got Umazi as well.
Hi.
Your record's on the way?
Oh, no.
It's in the works.
Wish.
It's in the works. I got it.
I heard.
It's working. I'm working on it.
Awesome. So you guys drove all the way from Brooklyn, New York today.
Oh, yeah.
To be with us.
What a journey.
To talk about To Booth.
Yes. Through the rain, hurricane, we made it here.
Yeah. Connecticut was wild.
Oh, yeah, no. Connecticut is its own different country when it comes to traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought New York was bad, man.
Yeah, now Connecticut takes the trophy.
Yeah, Anyway, we were about positivity, so we'll... But, yeah, so To Booth. I've been excited about this because we met at the MECon, the Music Entrepreneur Conference at Harvard this spring, and we linked up, and you guys said you had this idea, and we've kept in touch, and it's grown and it's changed. So can you let people know what To Booth is?
So, what from the Block to the Booth is we're doing a mobile studio service, but also we have a web series coming out. So basically, we're taking Ben Sprinters, we're putting studios in there, and the overall goal is the same way you would book like a Uber or something like that. You'll be able to book a studio session. It'll pull up to you, real convenient, quality A1. And that's the plan, just like, revolutionizing the studio service. Because I feel like if it doesn't evolve, it'll go extinct. And a lot of people nowadays, I don't know if you noticed, are like they're doing like the home in-house little studios, and they're sacrificing quality for convenience. When I feel like, we don't have to do that, especially with all the technology nowadays. We can bridge the gap and be convenient, still give you quality and a great time, more intimate experience with your fans, just all of the above.
And then what makes us more unique is that we identify that as an upcoming artist, your two biggest hurdles is getting affordable studio time, affordable, convenient, and high-quality studio time, and also getting the media recognition and the PR support that you need to be able to blow. So on top of that, we've been able to partner up with World Artists United, and we're going to produce a web series as well. And so when you book our truck, you also get a chance to be featured in the web series, so that we can expound on you more as an artist, just beyond you just coming and using our studio services. So that's pretty much what the vision is that we want to be a one-stop shop for all up and coming artists, all independent artists, anybody who wants to get control of their music. We're the one-stop shop for you. That's the goal, that's the dream, that's the vision, and that's
that is
where
what's soon to come, man.
Yeah.
Sooner than expected, trust me.
I can tell you've been thinking about it, a lot. How did this start? How did you guys link up? How did you come up with this idea?
So basically, I had met her over at Oberlin. I don't know, it's a school, like this little high school. But
High school?
Not high. I meant like
college.
prestige.
Come on.
It's very prestigious.
Prestigious. When I say high, I mean high standards,
Woo, put some
prestigious school.
respect on my name.
But yeah,
I'm
and
playing.
she was taking Africana studies. She was like, oh my God, an amazing dancer. So, with her doing choreography, my sister was also involved. We kind of just linked me on her, as a musician and as an artist myself, and her with the dance and choreography. The bond was just there. So then, I had a lot of time. She would be there with me going to studio sessions because, she appreciated my craft and was like, yo, it's just like a lot of situations where I'm late to studios, not even because of me. Like, I'll leave early. I don't know if you know New York, but you cannot trust
You were late
the MTA.
the first time we met.
You see that? Look, it's
She told me
bad.
too. She's like, he's gonna be here.
You see, and I'm trying to put the blame everywhere else, but yes, I got to start being more on top. But you can't prepare for this traffic or for the MTA schedules. 1 minute everything is up and down.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I just wanted to find a way to okay, I see now they got apps like where you don't even got to go to the grocery store.
No.
They'll do the shopping for you. People are just I don't want to say lazier, but everybody wants to be in control of their situation. So this is what we want to do it from the block to the booth. Give you some more control and treat you like the star you plan to be, and give you a little, a taste of that lifestyle. So me and her just brainstorming about, all right, what can we do? And we did a lot of research, I say a lot of paperwork came through her. We actually seen the numbers about how recording studio services are dying, actually. But the amount of songs being released, it was about a 13% annual drop every
4%.
year. Oh, 4% annual drop, sorry, yeah. And recording studio services.
Yeah.
But a 13% increase of music being released.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of says something. It's like, wow.
There's a gap in the industry that is not being fixed right now. So how do you bridge the dying traditional industrial model of the recording studio with the convenience of this new Uber, I can get whatever I want anytime, whenever I want type of culture that we have as millennials? So that's when we came up with the bridge, which is from the block to the booth.
From the block to the booth.
So we have a mobile recording studio service. But beyond that, we also realized that it's not just enough for artists to record their music. They also need to have the supporting structures to be able to gain the access that they need to the public and fan base. Because right now, the way the industry is moving with streaming services, that means that people have access to millions of songs at cheap, like $10 a month. So how are you able to position yourself to compete with that volume of music and be able to make a decent living as an artist? So we want to put in the infrastructure to be able to help you promote your music through our web platform, social media, and this reality web series that we have.
Very cool.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man.
And I like how so a lot of people are recording at home, and that kind of opens up what you can do too, because recording is affordable. So yes, you can do a good home recording, but it's still, you could do it allows you to outfit the vans at a more reasonable price. You don't need $100,000 to build a studio right now. But at the same time, you provide an engineer, right? So they can get a more quality experience than them having to
just
learn the program and do all that. Do you have any idea what the range for prices on this is going to be for rentals?
So basically we're talking about $100 an hour.
Okay.
2 hour minimum.
Okay.
And that leaves space, but we have a website where all the schedules will be up, and you can like sit there. We're gonna put a map up so where you can pick where you want to be picked up, your choice of location where you want to record at. If you have any extra stops in between, like say, if you're hungry, a lot of times, because if you go to the big studios, they usually have runners. But like I said, most of the people they're working for themselves, so you would have to stop, and that's 45 minutes of your time. You just trying to get some food or something. Or say there's another artist across town that you wanted to get as a feature, and that
you could literally drive to their house.
We can literally go exactly, and that'll be there.
With rappers, sometimes that can,
and it's the energy. I feel like anything is done better face to face when you're around a person, rather than if someone sends you a beat, and they already got their stuff down and they tell you do your thing.
It's lonely.
It's lonely, and you don't really get the feel unless you're around, like being together, being around someone, just seeing the reactions and the energy that they're putting in. You'll feed off of that. And me as an artist, I love that. I love to make songs with the people, with the engineer, when it comes to beats, with the producer, just so we can all vibe off of each other, and it kind of grows,
It works better that way, I think, because I feel like I've always wanted, as a beat producer, I've always wanted to work straight directly with a rapper, almost start a group, something cool. And it's because I always have this base level of a beat, and I'm like, I want to change this a little bit, but I feel like I need to put a vocal track on it. But I can't rap, so I'm like, what do I do now? I got to find a rapper.
Sensei Swagg. But definitely, man, again, too, it'll help find the sound, because as you grow and as the artist grows, you might create something new together. Just like I said, off that energy transfer alone, you'll go to places you didn't even know you can go. And that's why I feel it's just so good. So
I like it. You just said Sensei Swagg. So where can people follow you? Where can they follow Block to Booth? Where can they learn more about this?
I am Sensei Swagg on Instagram, Sensei Swagg on Facebook, or I'll give people my personal right now, because Tyrell Carter on Facebook, definitely. We got the Ghost track out that you just played, right?
Yeah.
So you can get that on Amazon, iTunes. The video is out now on YouTube. It should be actually going to World Star by Thursday, I think. That'll be up. I got a lot more on YouTube. Just type in Sensei, SENSEI, Swagg with 2 G's, and you'll see me, man. The lightest, brightest dread up there.
Cool. And when it comes to Block to Booth, you can follow us on @Block, BLOCK, literally Block to Booth. And our website is also blocktobooth.com.
Beautiful. I want to talk about the name actually real quick before we go into another song. So what is the Block to the Booth? How did you settle on that, and what is the real mission of this? How does the name tie into the mission behind it?
Because now, as we said, right, you can go strictly from your doorstep on your block straight 2 steps booth. Into the booth. From the block to the booth.
Okay.
It's just straightforward and direct.
Right.
As soon as we get you off the block, we get you in the booth. No time wasted. Everything.
It's as straightforward as the name suggests. From the block to the booth.
And we thought it was kind of catchy, so I'm like, hey,
block
I like
to booth.
that.
Yeah.
From the block to
SBB, we got. You can spin it in the song, Block to Booth.
You need the drop. The first thing needs to be record the Block to Booth drop that you
Definitely.
can just
BTB records.
BTB.
All right, so we're gonna play one of these Sensei records. What do you want us to throw out?
All right, I say I'm Loving Them Bands. I got a nice song, Loving Them Bands, up tempo, up vibe, just positivity and just fun. It's fun on the record.
All right, we'll be back after this with more from Sensei, Umazi, and Block to Booth. You are tuned into Live Free or Die Radio.
And I was like,
Love the Bands. You are tuned into LFOD Radio. That's from Sensei Swagg.
Yes, sir.
So we know a bit about Block to Booth. We know people are going to stay tuned. We know season 1 is coming.
Definitely. September 22nd, we're actually shooting the pilot. We're doing 6 episodes for the pilot. We got a bunch of great artists lined up. So be prepared for that. That's coming soon, man. And it's we put in a lot of work to actually get here. I know, it's been a journey in itself, you know, and just the ups and downs. Like even at the at the conference where we had some big name people behind, like, you know, saying this is a good idea, and then there's some other ones that I don't want to mention their names, but I was like, oh, it's not gonna work. You might as well just make it a label.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, all right, but you know, I say nothing is impossible. Everything is impossible until it's done. You know, the moon. Neil Armstrong made that possible. Black president Obama made that possible. So why can't we make this possible?
If you
right?
say it's impossible, it is.
It's just-
if you say it's
You
not.
just set a limitation.
Kevin Garnett, you're in Boston, man. You need to remember that.
oh,
Like,
yeah,
anything
KG.
is possible.
They're going to make a
That's who
Netflix
told us.
documentary about this because I believe that we're about to revolutionize the industry. You know, we're making it even more possible for you to be an independent artist. Like the way we're trying to break these structures is going to make being an independent artist possible and not as exhausting as it is right now without a big push from a label. So
Also from up and coming labels, like say you're an up and coming label, you're, you know, smaller, and you need studio time. You need great quality studio time, and you want your artist to feel appreciated and have that luxury. That's Block to the Booth all the way. We can do that, deliver that for you. We work out
And it
packages.
will be a high-end thing. It's not going to be like you're not going to feel like you're getting into a van to record. It's going to feel like
you
you're...
feel like you're stepping into your future. You know, the dream that you want to live. The luxury seats, that nice bench, especially how we got the setup going. Oh man, it's beautiful. So you'll definitely feel like a star. We
That's
make
what's
sure
up.
that.
That's what's important. So how did you find these artists? And if artists want to get involved for like season 2 or something, is there a way they can submit or?
Definitely. On the Facebook, blocktobooth.com. You can write the Block to Booth page on Facebook, on Instagram. From the Block to the Booth. Because right now we respond to anything. Any artist. That's what we're here for. We're trying to bring the up and comers. We're trying to get you out there, get you the attention you deserve and need. And especially like in cities like New York, where there's so much mainstream going on, you don't never hear local artists on the radio. You'll never hear a local artist on Hot 97 or Power 105 unless he has some money behind him and he can pay for that one spin in that primetime slot. But other than that, there's no real outlets. And that's why I love towns like this and cities like this, radio stations like this, man, where y'all are all for the artists, man, and it's just like genuine.
That's what we're on the same page. There's a ton there's a ton of talent here, man, and not a lot of infrastructure. So we started building it. You know,
It definitely is appreciated.
Yeah, man. But so how did you? Let's talk individually because you guys both have cool stories, and I guess you seem like you got a lot to say today. So we'll start with you. Normally it'd be ladies first, but she likes to keep it cool, you know.
Classy,
we'll finish
classy.
strong. We'll finish
strong.
No, I'm kidding. But so what's like? How did you get started? Because you have a lot of thoughts on the game, on all sorts of things. So how did you? What's your story?
My story, man, is I'm born Brooklyn, New York, man. Born and raised. So it's like I've always had like these dreams or like the hustler's mentality, I'll say, right? But to be honest, I tried school and I tried college. It wasn't really for me. I always just had a passion for music. Like before I even started rapping, I used to sit down and I would tell myself as a kid, you know, while I'm in the bathroom taking a dump or something, I'd sit there and try to play out beats in my head. And I always felt like this is what I need to do because I don't know, man, jobs and all that, it's just not for me. I wanted the freedom to be able to do what I do and actually be able to give people a feeling. Because as you said, I like to talk. And I like to, you know, I like to see people happy. Or I like to know that, you know, what I said had an influence on your life in some way or form, you know. And then through trials and tribulations as a juvenile, getting arrested, I had my first time to sit down and think like, all right, which direction are you headed? And it was the music. So I was sitting down with a little radio. I had nothing but a pen and pad. I didn't even have no beats. I had to try to remember. I remember this Rick Ross beat called Blow by Dre, from Cool and Dre, I think.
That's off Port Miami, right?
Yes. Yeah. I remember hearing it on the radio, and that was the first thing I ever wrote to. And I'm like, man, people ain't gonna believe I'm a rapper. So then I run outside. I said, yo, guess what? I could rap, bro. Everybody was like, get out of here. And I just started rapping. And then it came with the, oh, you stole that. Somebody, that's not yours. And from there, I was like, they hating, so they love it. And that's what's going, we going to keep pushing, you know? And then through life experiences, man, I just had more to talk about. I like to read books. I like to try and understand things. And, hey, man, if you learning and not teaching, what are you learning for?
Right.
You know, that's what I feel, so. there it goes. That's how Sensei came about, man. Welcome to the dojo. And there it go. But
So Blow was the first one you wrote to. When did you realize? When did the love start coming? They start hating first. When did?
I made me and a couple of other guys. Me, Chete, and Gizzy G. These are like people that started off rapping with and going hard with. We made a song called Birdie Flop. Right?
Okay.
And then we had like a little dances. Wait, stop. I think I see an eye. Position yourself. Now what's the birdie fly? So, and then after that kind of got some views, and it kind of like people were tuning in, and it was like, oh, so this is actually possible. We could really keep going and doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, it was like, now I seen it was more like it was more realistic, you know, like, oh, okay. So I'm not just talking for no reason. And then I idolized, I don't know if you know Stack Bundles.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man. Like that was the man that I could say I wanted to be, because I seen him, he doing his thing in the rap industry, but at the same time he still had that bond with his neighborhood, you know. He still was out there, he still was in tune with the people. He didn't just get on this platform and say, oh, all right, man, I had my time there, I'm gone. Nah, he kept everybody in tune and made opportunities for his mans through this music. So I kind of wanted to do the same thing, and I'm like, all right, I feel like I'm the nicest out of everybody. That's just what it is, you know?
You gotta have that attitude.
And it's like, okay, but that doesn't mean I can't open doors for everyone around me. You know, growth is growth, man. Growth and development is what we about.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
That's why I rock with you, because you're confident, but you're spreading it. You know, you're for your city, you're for your town, you're for everybody. You know?
Exactly,
so,
man. For all positivity, man. Progression is perfection, is what I say. You know, no such thing as perfection. If you going forward, if you moving, if you doing better than you did yesterday, you're doing perfect.
Right.
You're perfect.
Yeah, perspective is huge. You gotta,
yeah.
You gotta zoom out and look at that.
Yeah.
Have you what? How long? So how long has it been then? So Birdie Flock. When did that drop?
That was 2014, I think.
Okay.
2014, yeah, like summertime 2014 that dropped.
Okay.
So I had a couple ups and downs in between that, but now we back, hit the ground strong as ever, you know.
How do you balance the entrepreneur stuff with the music?
Now, one, I have like the most amazing partner ever, Umazi, who makes a lot of this even possible, you know. But at the same time, it's funny, but like I said, when I make music, it doesn't really take too long, because we get a feeling, I get a vibe. I don't really write stuff down too much, because I feel like I can feel something today and then put it on paper, but then tomorrow, being that it's another day, another feeling, a new type of energy, I wouldn't be able to continue off of that, because I'm feeling totally different. So I like to capture things in the moment. So that kind of helps me out a lot, because I'm so instantaneous and spontaneous when it comes to the music. But then from the block to the booth, it's like, okay, hit the books.
Yeah.
We got to do this. We got to look this up. And there's a lot of times
so glad we have video now, because you can see the faces. Yeah. Normally, no one has any idea what's actually happening.
But then I was going to say, it's a lot of times, terminology, and a lot of things that she had to be like, listen, go look at this.
I
read
know.
about this.
You're a businessman now. Come on.
Yeah.
This is not the artist.
It's dope that you did your research, though. And I think that's awesome, because I always tell people, I mean, I did not do my research. I've been figuring it out as I go. And definitely, know your numbers before you jump in. But you can figure them out. There's two ways to figure them out.
I'm about to say,
in the books or...
Exactly. It's, hey, pay as you play, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to play one more, and then I want to come back and talk with Umazi.
Yes.
Or we can just, how do we want to do it? Yeah, we'll split it up, because we want to play some music too.
Right,
so,
no problem.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm always ready. I was born ready.
You sure, girl? You ready?
I am always ready.
That's what I like that.
You said this is your first time on the radio.
Oh yeah, definitely. My first time on the radio, man. Like, whew, I tell you. You got to shake the nerves off, but then I'm like, I don't know, see, energy,
it's a New York thing, man. I think you're just you're ready to go. That's another thing, man. When I was out in New York, when I saw you, and when I was out there, we were out there for a show, just doing all sorts of stuff. Hip-hop is very alive in New York City, and they wouldn't want you to like know that almost. It's weird. You wouldn't know that looking from the outside in. And it's interesting because in New York, you don't have to necessarily advertise outside of New York because there's 8 million of y'all, so you don't really trip over that. So the whole country, if you're looking at a national level, you might never even see it unless it bubbles. But then I was going there and just talking to you guys and talking to other people, and every 15 minutes someone showed me a YouTube video with 15 million views. Someone I'd never heard of that like everybody in Brooklyn knew this dude. You know what I mean?
So it's like its own community when it comes to the music, you know? It's just the only thing like I'm against about it is there's so much competition. Like we were saying, instead of artists sitting out there and trying to like, oh, okay, I got this platform or I'm doing this and I'm getting some views, let me collab with him and collab with like down south. You could walk into a studio down south and it'll be an artist there just because you walked in on a session. He'll, hey, what's up, and you might get a track and then boom, y'all got a hit. So now your fan base grows, his fan base grows, and then boom. But in New York, everyone feels like if I gotta be the one. Because if I give him some of my shine, then I'm not shining as much.
Right.
It's not
No
really
features.
like that. Yeah, no features. Nah.
What's that say? You know, you don't lose any light in another candle.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you know, it's just the room gets brighter.
Right. Don't. It's not as easy as you. You have to be nice down south. We had people who haven't heard. Listen to the Darius Haywood episode if you haven't. That's on iTunes everywhere. He was on here and he moved down to Atlanta and thought he was just gonna plug in and it was be easy. And he's nice, but he was down there and he's like, you will just see dudes torching open mics, torching this, torching that, like, and then they would just walk back to Foot Locker or something, and then they would go. But they're like nice everywhere, and he's like, you will end up on a couch real fast in Atlanta if you think you're gonna show up and like, because they're friendly, but you need to be like
ready. You gotta be ready. Because I just this sound alone, I love the down south sound, especially the turn it's taking. You know, it's fun. It's energetic, fun music, you know. And a lot of people, I feel like you're right. They do sleep on the down south artists, but there's so much talent down there. There's so much talent really everywhere. You just got to keep your ears open, you know.
Absolutely.
But definitely,
we're gonna play some of your talent. This is MLK 2.
Oh yeah.
Is this you or is this someone
MLK
else?
2? Yeah, that's me.
Okay, you sounded surprised by the title.
Because I didn't know that one got through.
Oh, I got it. We're gonna play this. You want to talk about it, or should we just get into it?
This one, I'll give it a little intro. You know, it's more of a way I was feeling. You know, MLK today, it's about, you know, how just the system, they sell you a dream. They say, oh, America is the land of opportunities, and they make it seem so easy. But at the same time, it's not a fair playing field for everyone, you know, based off of where you're from or how you were raised.
It is not fair.
So, but that's about it. You know, the rest, I'll let the song talk it.
All right. Sensei Swagg, MLK. You are tuned into Live Free or Die Radio. We're actually going to play a different record. I got the email, but I need to sign in. I thought it was just going to pop up. Shout out to Lander. We'll play that after we get signed in. But how about... Do you want to do Ghost again? Do you want to run it back again?
Yeah, let's do Ghost. That's my favorite.
This is the brand new.
Yeah.
This the brand new one, yeah, with the video on YouTube now.
Your music is mad aggressive, but you're so friendly.
You know, and that's what it is. But see, then I got songs like MLK, and it's songs like, I say, running up them bands, where it's like, it's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's all how I'm feeling in the moment.
If I heard this song, I would not expect this dude.
See, I know. You like you trust me, you're not the first person to say that.
Yeah, which is dope though. Duality. So we're playing Ghost. This is the new one from Sensei Swagg. You can get that everywhere. You're tuned into Live Free or Die Radio. Yo, you have mad swears at the end of that. You didn't hear that?
No, he said flocking.
Oh,
that's flocking. Flocking is never an option.
You gotta be careful. Like if I hear anything close, I gotta kill it because dudes will send stuff that is wild on here. You know, and like,
I told him make sure he try to clean up everything before it come in, man.
Flocking is cool. You can flock. Yeah, so
that's a little New York lingo, the Blicky lingo, man.
We got some of that. Anyway, Umazi.
Yes, sir.
So, you were just minding your business at a prestigious university.
Right.
And this dude Sensei popped up.
Right, pretty much. As he mentioned it was just, you know, I danced with his sister in college. Previously, before coming to the US, I was in South Africa. I worked on a couple of music projects with Sony Entertainment in South Africa. I was an executive producer to like this really big album we released. So I'd always had the passion for music business. In fact, when I was coming to Oberlin College, I assumed that because they had the third best music program in the entire country. I thought that I would be able to get music business skills. Haha, funny, because it's classical music, opera and stuff. So
you got
I ended up being an econ, financial major, politics, all the fun, boring stuff, because I'm a geek like that. I love my numbers. But at the same time, I'm attracted so much to the music, to the passion, to the artistry, and I'm very passionate about the business side of music. And so that's where, like, I heard a couple of his songs. I was like, you're the one. Like, you're the artist, you know, so it wasn't that difficult for us to click. And then he had this, he had this other vision of, from the block to the booth. And then we just shaped it together, and that's where we even connected more. So it became this whole entrepreneurism, if you want to call it.
Revolutionary movement.
Yeah, so it works out. So that's pretty much my story.
That is, you have more than that.
I mean, I do. It depends on what angle you want to take.
Okay, so
you want to take the political activist. You want to take the.
Speak about I am Kenyan. Go ahead.
I mean, you're an international player.
Exactly.
Right. All right.
Just
so
downplay yourself.
All right. I'm not going to downplay myself. So in 2012, I started a movement in my country called I Am Kenyan, which was in response to the political violence that was emerging or seemed to emerge as we approached the election. So the previous election in 2007, we actually had a period of civil unrest, and I was fortunate to come out alive because I was faced with a situation where I know it sounds crazy out here that, black people in Africa are killing each other, but, we kind of are on that tip sometimes. So, so I was lucky. Everywhere. Yes, I was lucky to get out of that situation because my parents were able to afford to buy me out. A lot of people were not able to be.
Oh, it was that serious?
Yeah, it was that serious. Like, I was not going to get out because they thought I was somebody from a different tribe, even though I'm not from that tribe. I'm lighter skinned because my dad is half Arab, but they assumed that I was just from tribe X because people from tribe X look like me.
Okay.
So I was in a situation where they were going to kill me because of I'm just from that tribe. So my stepdad and mom were able to get a little hundreds of thousands of Kenyan shillings, which is a couple thousands of dollars, and then buy me out.
God bless,
I was very, very lucky. And so from that experience in 2012, I started a political movement called I Am Kenyan, which was, I was in South Africa at that time, and I was like looking at the news reports. I was like, we can't go back this road again. So I was like, you know what? I'm a very vain person. I love taking selfies on social media. Let's take a selfie with a purpose. So the whole idea of like taking a picture with like a tag, like bring back the girls. I'm the one who started it. You can actually Google it. There's a documentary done about me. I'm not playing, y'all.
See, there you go. Look, I'm not playing, y'all.
Yeah.
Google me, baby.
But anyway, so I started that movement, and so I just took a selfie with the tag I Am Kenyan, started calling all my friends. I was like, I don't care where you are from the world, let's unite. Let's be Kenyan today, and let's be Kenyan until after the election. Let's just support this country. Let's make Kenyans see each other as Kenyans first, but not based on let's appreciate our ethnic diversity instead of like killing each other based on that. And it went viral. A couple months I had 8 million followers. I was on tour speaking in Spain, Amsterdam. I was able to be named as one of the top 10 teens by BBC.
Like 5 languages, wow. I was like, I'm still trying to learn the whole of English. She got 5.
I speak a couple of languages, so I mean, that's pretty much it. So with that experience, I learned a lot. You talk about why I was able to be like, all right, Sensei, we got to put the numbers together for Block to Booth. It's just based on that experience. I was 18, young, naive. I went into the fire. The fire burnt me, but I was able to come out alive. And so from that experience, I know how to replicate and how to be able to build even bigger movements because, now I have the knowledge. I have better infrastructure, went to a very prestigious college with a strong strong alumni network. My past experiences have given me this credibility where I can walk into Harvard, I can walk into Stanford, I can walk into Sony EMG, and they Google my name and they're like, all right, you're the
walk it
real
out.
deal. So, so that's pretty much, so it's yin and yang when it comes to us. He has this other yang energy and I have this yin energy, and it just works for the business. It works for the vision that we have, and that's our story.
Yeah, man.
You were just gonna let us believe, like,
Right, she
you're
just-
this mild-mannered, like,
I just went to school.
I just
and
like
danced.
numbers, and I used to dance with his sister.
I don't know. I just.
What should they Google for the people who are about to Google you? What would you recommend they type in?
All right, my government names. You ready? Sophie, Sophie, Umazi, Umazi. I'm gonna spell out my surname very slowly because it gives people a problem. M for man, V for Victor, U for umbrella, R for Rihanna, Y for yacht, A for apple. Mvurya. So you can Google Sophie Umazi Mvurya, and you will see everything that I'm talking about is out there for you to see. I did a TED Talk when I was 19. I've pretty much done a couple of stuff. I'm now 24. I'm hoping to be on Forbes Top 30 under 30 by the time I'm 28, 29.
That's soon in, man. That's around. Don't worry. Don't hope, man. Just know. It's
so
destiny.
it's a couple of big things.
You're both inspiring me and making me want to just go home.
But
that's dope. You're definitely blessed on many levels to just experience all this.
exactly. Yeah, man. Come out,
and still have this outlook, and this still be promoting this positive energy, and
That's all.
somehow you got drawn to hip hop. I love that. Hip hop is
because when I was younger, a lot of people don't understand how American culture is exported. Like, people out there in Africa, like back in my country, Kenya, we grew up to Tupac, Biggie, just as everybody out here did. Like, American culture is exported. So, I might as be, I'm not American, I'm not going to ever say that, but I might as be mainstream as they come when it comes to American culture, as we can be presented, because that's pretty much what we grew up on. It's unfortunate that in Kenya, most of the songs that get media play are American songs and not even local music.
so this is a problem, not just in New York.
No, and the vision for Block to Boot, we're gonna take over the world. Africa is next, Europe is next, Asia. We're just starting with New York. We're just starting.
It's not a bad place to start.
Yeah, so we're just about to explode. This is about to be a movement. Sensei Swagg is about to be
next up,
thing.
baby.
Yeah, he's about to be the biggest thing that the music industry has ever seen. We're about to break records. We're about to really just.
Telling you, man.
It's just, why not? We've been through our own individual paths, have had serious obstacles. We cannot take away from each other's story, but it's through those journeys and the positive energy that we've been able to accumulate that we're able to see the vision that we want for the world. And what better, and because we're both passionate about the music industry, the art and the artistic world, fashion, when it comes to fashion and other things. Just entertainment in general. We see the future of entertainment as a vehicle for change. It's a vehicle. People would listen to music, would support you regardless of whatever offense you've had, just because of what kind of music, how it makes you feel. So that's just the power that music has, that entertainment has. So we really believe that we have the energy, the tools, the resources, and the network around us to be able to organize the world in a way that we can change it and break all these records and stereotypes that anybody thinks that they can't. Yeah.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. Yo, I don't know what better way to end it than on that.
Right? End strong, like you said, man. Finish strong. She definitely did. Yes.
Where I cannot wait to have more conversations with you guys as this goes on, and to keep doing this and keep, diving deeper and deeper with this. If we had more than an hour, we would do, we would do 3 tonight. But thank you guys so much. Once again, it's at Block To Booth on everything, and
Instagram from the block to the booth. So on Instagram, it's from the block to the booth.
But if they type at Block To Booth, it will still come up.
All right, then. There we go.
Literally at Block To Booth.
Do you want me to turn his mic off?
I'm getting muted.
No. You see yin and yang. That's why. That's why we yin and yang.
So from the block to the booth on Instagram, Block To Booth everywhere else, and you're shooting season 1 in a couple weeks.
This weekend, actually.
This weekend.
Yeah, this
Someone's
weekend.
calling us. Do we want to take this? Is this for you, Skybar? No. Do you guys want to take a call?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Hello, you're on the air.
He has to keep Umazi with him. They're going to be a great team.
Oh, yeah. Who's this?
This is Tony White. What's going on?
Tony, what's good,
Tony,
my
what's
dude?
up, man? Yeah.
Yo, Tony.
Hey, listen, one thing that Umazi said that I really like in terms of out in Africa, them listening to everything that we make over here. One of the fine examples I saw that when Migos had Bad and Bougie, and it just wasn't quite everywhere just yet, there was some footage on Twitter, and they performed it. And I'm telling you, them kids went off in a way that I have never seen before. And that was my first time hearing the song. But their reaction let me know how big that song was going to be before it really hit the ceiling and just destroyed it the way it did. Keep her in your corner.
Definitely. Yeah, she's going nowhere.
Y'all are going to be a real strong team. I'm happy to hear y'all energy. LFOD, it's always good talking to you guys. I love y'all platform, man.
My man, and we'll talk to you soon. We got to get out of here.
Yes.
We appreciate the call, and
definitely.
We'll talk to you soon. Tony, be good.
Course.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. Tony's the man. He's from Maryland. He moved up here, found us, and he calls in. And he's actually coming on. We got an interview with Tony in November, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be tuned in, definitely.
Yeah,
man.
and we'll bring you guys back as well. We got to get out of here. We're going to do something real cool after. Seti's going to do, well, you guys will see. It's going to drop online. You were tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. We will be back next Tuesday with Suicide Squad. They're going to come up here.
Oh, shout out them boys. Yeah, man.
And they're going to chop up a beat live on air. And then, this will be on iTunes and everything Thursday. Subscribe if you haven't. At LFOD Radio everywhere. We're out of here. Block to Booth. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, before you go, most important question. What does Live Free or Die mean to you?
Man, it's live free or die, man. Be yourself. Like I was like, DMX got a song, and that perfectly, like, it totally reminds me of it. Let me fly. Either let me fly or give me death. Let my soul rest, take my breath. Because if I don't fly, I'ma die anyway. I'd rather live on, and it's just like that. If I can't be me and do me, I'm just existing, which is dying slowly. So live free or die, man,
I mean, I feel like for me it means just creating your own freedom, because if you live by what society tells you or who you want to be, then you're going to die. So it's about living free or dying. And dying doesn't necessarily mean like physical death. You could die emotionally, spiritually, and like you could be walking the earth but you're like dead inside. So I think it's about creating your own path, what freedom means to you, and finding and just going through that journey or dying, literally.
Down inside. You can't kill my soul, man.
Trust. All right, thank you guys.
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
Thank you for having us, man.